Hey everyone, welcome back to another video with Manny Suits. Today we are continuing our series on the 5 best ties to wear with different color suits. We've already done a navy suit, we've done a light gray suit, and today we're going to be doing a black suit, as you can see that I'm wearing here today. Black suit is actually a very difficult suit to pair ties with, especially when wearing with a white shirt. But I have some options here that I think can help you when you're trying to figure out what tie to best wear with a black suit. The first tie I'm wearing here today, which is actually not part of the 5, but just a tie that I really like. You'll see it has a black base and it has yellow in it, and actually has a really kind of cool pattern of lemons it's showing in there. Kind of quirky, but I like it. You can always pair your black suit and white shirt with a white handkerchief in the pocket square. But this is not the first tie, but it's just kind of a nice tie. But something from this tie though is that you see has a black base, and I think that's something that you'll want to find in your ties to help you with a black suit, because as I'll say, it's going to be very hard to pair most of your ties well with a black suit. You can try it, but it might not always work out very well. But without further ado, let's get into the first tie that we have here. And believe it or not, the best, or one of the first ties to wear with a black suit and a white shirt is a black tie. Now, the reason why I went with a black tie is because a black suit is very, very formal. It is as formal as you can get. You only really want to be wearing a black suit for a funeral or a wedding or some other very formal event, essentially. You don't really want to be wearing this casually, just because it's very, very dark and it's sort of meant more for the most formal of events. And the easiest way to wear a black suit, of course, would be just getting plain black tie. It's nothing crazy. You're going to a funeral, you can wear this. Maybe you're a groomsman in someone's wedding, you can be in a black suit and a black tie if that's what they want you to wear. Or if you are the groom yourself, obviously you can wear a black bow tie along with a tuxedo shirt, or if that's something that you want to wear. Now, along with the black tie, something I have here that could maybe be a bit more interesting than just a plain black tie is to have a black tie that also has polka dots in it. So here you can see from my tie here, it's not just a simple black tie, but it also has polka dots in it, which kind of makes it just a bit more interesting than just a plain black tie. So it kind of just adds a bit more to that. So you're still very formal, but you can, look like an executive or something, wearing a polka dot black tie with your black suit. The next tie, second tie I want to recommend is going to be a very straight color, and that's kind of what I've seen with the black suit. What works best is just having kind of more stately colors, nothing that's too extravagant. And so I went here with a red tie. Now this red tie specifically also has white polka dots in it, but you can of course just go with any red tie that you have here, and you can see the white polka dots there. But just any red tie would work best with this. Again, it kind of just looks plain with it. It doesn't do anything too crazy, but it kind of all brings it together. Maybe I had a slightly different pocket square in there, or maybe a lapel pin, but it's gonna get to the point and sort of work well with your black suit that you have here. And along in that same fashion, I also have here the third tie, which is just a straight blue tie. Now when I say straight blue, there's shades within each color, of course. So that red tie you see is a very medium red. It's not very bright or coral. It's not very dark either. And this blue tie as well, it's not like a navy blue tie. It's not a baby blue tie, some ties that we've had in our past videos. It's a very medium blue, and I think that's what works best with this. Navy blue tie might make the entire ensemble look a little too dark, a light blue tie might be a little too light for such a dark suit. So it's a lot easier to just, you know, wear a medium blue tie. It still stands out. I think it looks pretty great with this, but it doesn't do anything too crazy along with your black suit here. So that's my third option here. Just a blue tie. There's actually a knit tie as well. So you can see the slight pattern in there. And I think that's what's probably going to work for most people here. Now my fourth option here is going to be a gray tie. And when I say gray tie, it can also be a silver tie. Silver ties also look really nice. I've seen them in some weddings as well. So I think that can look pretty great. My gray tie here has some slight pattern in there, as you can see there. But a gray tie, again, you know, when you're not trying to have something that stands out a bit more, like the red or the blue, is a very kind of more background tie. If it has some black in it, even better to kind of tie in the black suit that you're wearing. And of course, it works very well with the white shirt too that you're wearing here. So for the fourth option, we have the gray tie. And for the last tie we have, which is actually very similar to the very first tie I was wearing, not included in the 5. I have what I'm calling in just essentially your black pattern tie. So it might be hard to find a tie like this that has some patterns and a black base, but if you can, I think it would be a really great way to wear something more interesting, not just the standard colors with your tie, with your black suits, but have something more interesting here. So here you can see I'm wearing this black base tie, but actually has floral print throughout it. So it's really interesting, really kind of cool. I could even wear a light pink shirt underneath this since it has some pink tones, and that would work really well. Maybe add a light pink lapel pin or something else like that. And like I said, with my very first tie, it actually kind of works interestingly similar because this has a black base, but it has a different color. So then when you're wearing a black suit, all of that kind of comes in together, and you can wear something a bit more interesting than just your standard, you know, red tie or your standard blue tie that you have here. But those are all still great options, of course, and you can never, of course, go wrong with wearing a black tie, especially, like I said, to the most formal of events that you'll have. All right, so that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Of course, as always, like and subscribe to the videos. Let me know if there's any other suit color that you particularly want to see. I felt black was probably a suit that many people have within their collection and would want to know what kind of ties to wear with that. So I wanted to make sure I put out this video here. But let me know what you think about it. If you liked any of the ties, if there's some other combinations you want to see, and I'll see what I can do to put out for you. But without further ado, thank you again for joining me for this video.